I'm as homeless people ever get.
Yes.
But while I was homeless, I wrote a book.
You
It got
wrote a
it
book.
published. It's in the Library of Congress. It's on Amazon, and it's in bookstores. And the name of the book is French Fries.
French fries.
French Fries.
Why you named the book French fries?
It just dawned on me. It just dawned on me.
Okay.
Name French Fries.
Okay.
And then you understand what French fries means, but you got to get it halfway through the book to figure out what French fries means. It's not a cookbook. It's not about potatoes. It's not about potatoes.
Yeah.
It's about. I don't want to ruin the movie for you. Okay. So I'm not gonna tell you what it's about. Read the book.
Okay.
And then I don't want to ruin the movie for you.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna tell you a whole lot about the book, but I'll tell you a whole lot about my life.
Mhm.
If 69 years on this planet doesn't do it for you, nothing will. I'm almost 70 years old. I'm almost as old as God. But he always looking out for me. And I'm always thinking of my religious life. I was born a Baptist, raised in a Baptist church. And let me tell you something. Baptists are more Catholic than Catholics.
Hey, do you guys help out people to feed over here? On Tuesdays and on Thursdays?
1 sec later.
But let me tell you something. I grew up in New York City.
New York City.
In Harlem.
Uh-huh.
And my mother drafted me when I was 17.
17.
Yeah, she took me from the principal's office to the recruiting office. And talking to me all the way. I never heard a word she was saying. Never heard a word she was saying. It was about 5 blocks. And she was talking all the way. And I can't remember a word she said. Except the army will make a man out of you.
She said nothing, just...
That's the only thing I heard. The army will make a man out of
said
you.
anything disrespectful for you know what I mean?
And guess what I did? Grew up? No, I was a grown up when I was 9. I was working when I was 9 years old.
9 years old.
After school.
After school, you started working.
After school, 9 years old, I was working for something like 75 cents a week. I worked my way up to $2, which is enough to buy a pair of sneakers back in them days. Now you can't buy a pair of sneakers for $90.
Yeah.
But back then, I was a grown boy.
Yeah.
And I was, like every 6 months I needed a new pair of sneakers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
How's it going, bro?
But,
That's what he's saying.
It all on me all the time. I'm not the one that
are you still talking to me?
Yeah, still talking. I'm just in the middle. Let's see what's happening.
But see, like being homeless is being harassed all the time. You're not allowed to sit. You're not allowed to sleep. You're not allowed to do anything. Because every time you look around, somebody's harassing you. And not just the police. some people come along and just kick it, you know,
Yeah, just because they get,
because they think they
they
can
can
get
do
away
it.
with it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, you see a lot of disrespect. Did you get your dinner?
The problem with being homeless is being disrespected all the time. You know,
He still was shooting in
disrespected
the garbage.
all the time.
I saw he was trying to
And they come around and they they give us all kinds of tests and stuff. What do homeless people need? You know, I say, guess what we need? Homes. You know, homes. That's what we need. We don't need toothbrushes and toothpaste and soap and all that stuff. We need a home.
Get the cops in this. Yeah.
You know,
You could have really shot that.
look at here. I've been rich and I've been poor. And like Mae West says, rich is better. You know?
Of course, rich is better.
Rich,
Yeah. And rich is better. Yeah.
rich is better. I've been rich and I've been poor, but rich is better. She was one of my favorite one of my favorite all-time actors,
Yeah.
actresses,
Really?
because she always came up with some good stuff.
Mhm.
You know, she said something I'll never forget. Life is short, and nature is cruel, and man is ridiculous. You know, I'll never forget that. But we're not talking about Mae West. We're talking about me. Right? I started out in Harlem. You know, well, when I was 15 years old, I was carrying a gun in my pocket, going to high school, because it was that kind of a place. And back in the 50s and 60s, I had to carry a 38 in my pocket everywhere I went. You know?
Mhm.
And I'm walking down the street one afternoon, and I saw these three guys talking, and they were looking at me. And I said, "Oh, that looks like some trouble." Two of them they came across the street. Two of them got in front of me, and the other one got in the back of me. And they said, "What do you have in your pocket?" I said, "Well, let me look." I said, "I'm sorry, all I got is this loaded 38. You know? They went back across the street. I said, "All I got is a loaded 38. You know? And that was the end of the conversation.
Hey, bro.
But my mother, you know, I stopped going to school simply because it wasn't owned by my gang. You know, I stopped going. And then they wrote my mama a letter and said, "Hey,
Come on,
yeah. He said,
I don't want to go to Stanford.
he's, you know, losing my train of thought. Anyway, my mother, they wrote her a letter and said, bring the boy to principal's office. And we went from the principal's office to the recruiting office. And the only words I remember her saying was, "Darwin will make a man out of you." You know? That was my wake-up call. You know?
Yeah.
Up until then, I was just being a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was my wake-up call, because I'll never forget him. I'll never forget him. His name was Sergeant Lariano, and he was huge. And he was from Hawaii,
Mm-hmm.
and he stood in front of the bus. He said, "Welcome to the United States Army. This is the best army in the world. You get the best training, you know?
Yeah.
You get the best equipment, you get the best food, And you know what the last words were? Get the fuck off my bus. You know?
Yeah.
That was it. Excuse my language, but that was exactly what he said. Get the fuck off my bus. And he didn't move. He stood in front of the bus. He took up the whole front of the bus.
Yeah.
And you had to squeeze around.
Yeah.
Everything that you brought from home,
Mm-hmm.
mementos, pictures and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
throw it in that pile right there.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're throwing everything in the trash.
Yeah.
He said, one of the guys says, "That's my mama's picture." You know what Lorraine said? "I'm your mama now." I'm your mama now. Now, stand in line and throw everything in the trash. Everything you brought from home, throw it in the trash.